welcome to Rough Cut this week. This is your host, Kaveree Bamzai, and we're going to talk about last week's release, which I missed out on, but I enjoyed quite a bit. It's Vishwanath Sons, and this tells you everything that is wrong with Bollywood. How? These are the kind of family rom-coms that Bollywood was so good at. In fact, while I was watching the movie, there was someone at the back who was telling me, this looks like a Tamil Karan Johar movie. Really. And there were certain joys to that kind of a movie that Karan Johar in his prime would make. And Vishwanath and Sons is somewhat in the same league. But in fact, there is a certain subtlety to it, which is somewhat better before it declines into one of those long marriage sagas where the couples are dancing endlessly in various outfits, and not just the couple who's getting married, but everyone, all the couples around them. So this is all about this most eligible bachelor in his 40s, who's because he's Suriya, he is not just an Olympic gold medalist, yes, but also a leading businessman in Chennai, a philanthropist, a wonderful son, just about everything that you can think of. But of course, if you look like Surya, you can carry all that off. And Surya's really buffed up for this movie and making sure that we see his forearm flex and his bicep flex in t-shirts with very short arms. And it's quite enjoyable here. There's that typical trope that you have, the love story trope of the older man and the younger girl, which of course is being revised and sort of turned up on its head in Hollywood. But I think that will take a little time in India from a subplot of Dil Chahta Hai to the whole plot. I think it'll take a little time. But while we wait for that, there's something quite enjoyable again about this idea of the older man and the younger girl, and the younger girl chasing the older man, and the older man being squeamish about it. And with Suriya and Mamitha Baiju, who's having quite a moment. We just saw her in Jan Nayagan as the, fighting girl, as the fighting mama. With Mamitha Baiju, she manages to pull that off quite well, without it seeming creepy or, without anyone getting squeamish about it. So it's all about this age gap and how Surya is someone who's been, his character is someone who's been hurt a lot in his youth and in his childhood, and it's a trauma that he can't quite overcome. And he's, of course, very wary of love of all kinds, though he does have a certain naughty streak to him, which takes him abroad every month, ending of every month, to do you know what. It's all part of the plot, so no spoilers. Can't tell you more. It's all about this little baby that Surya manages to co-create through surrogacy, and because his mother wants a daughter-in-law, he doesn't, and the consequent child, he skips the daughter-in-law part and acquires a child through surrogacy to keep his mother happy. And mother being played with typical overacting Elon by Radhika Sarath Kumar, but something quite charming about that as well. And then, of course, various things happen, and Surya has to get in touch with the birth mother, and her identity is disclosed for certain reasons. And birth mother happens to be Mamitha Baiju, who's a young doctoral candidate, a medical doctor in her final year in the US. And then it's all about, of course, will they, won't they, typical rom-com fashion, family setting as well. So you have a prolonged way, some fight scenes, fans are happy, and you have a song and dance so that his a traditional female following is kept happy. So all that happens, but despite that, it's fun. You don't feel bored. There are moments, of course, when you get carried away as well because of the acting, and there's no doubt that Surya is very good at that, especially in the emotional scenes. Mamta Baiju is a bit of an energizer bunny, but I guess that's the only way she could play this a woman who's in a constant state of excitement and in a constant state of agitation. Um, Fun film. Not surprised that it's doing well, but if you haven't watched it, uh, be like me and watch it in its second week, and maybe take your family with you as well. It's definitely better than anything else out there. So, see you next week.